Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, I have been meaning to make this video for a while. Life has been kind of crazy. I've been all over the place, finishing up the semester for school, dog sitting, house sitting, trying to get all the Christmas shopping done. So I've been out of town, Christmas shopping. Like, it's been really crazy. But I wanted to make a video and basically explain where I've been, what has happened to the channel, what's kind of going on. So, if you guys don't follow my Sims channel, you should. It's linked down in the description. Feel free to go check it out. I am religiously posting over there. But that is because my computer can handle The Sims. Kind of, sort of. So, the entire problem here, the entire issue that I've been having is that my computer is a lot older than what I was originally told when I got it. So, my whole point for bringing up the Sims channel, I have talked about this on the Sims channel, I have explained it on the Sims channel, but if you don't watch my Sims channel, then you don't know. My computer, so I got my computer, it'll be 3 years ago, like on Christmas. I got it for Christmas from my dad, and I was super excited. Now, my dad did buy the computer used. He found somebody selling one on Facebook Marketplace. The guy told him that the computer, when at the time that my dad bought it, the computer was 2, is what my dad was told. And so if that was correct, then the computer would be roughly 5 years old now. And my dad was like, oh my gosh, it's a great deal. And honestly, I think the computer, for being how old it actually is, it runs actually rather well. Now, I do call it my airplane, that, like, my airplane is getting ready to take off because it gets really loud, like, the fan in it, like, kicks into overdrive. It's trying to, like, work with some of the games I play. It's a very common sound in my Sims videos because while it can run The Sims does also require quite a bit from the computer. So it runs it, but it runs it very loudly. So, I have had a few issues since getting the computer almost 3 years ago. Just some issues here and there. And my dad has a friend who, like, his whole job is working on computers. Like, that's all he does. Like, he goes and works on computers for companies and, like, big corporations and, like, just little side jobs and stuff like that. Like, his whole life is working on computers. So my dad was like, hey, you want to look at my daughter's computer? And so this guy did. And the last time I had a problem, which I'm trying to remember, because, like, I'm kind of losing, like, my sense of time. I want to say it was, like, back in, like, March. My computer, like, the screen wouldn't turn on. Like, I was not getting anything from the screen. And it was my graphics card. It was out of date. It wasn't working. Something was wrong with it. So this guy was like, oh yeah, let me see it. I'll take care of it. We go to pick up the computer and he's like, well, this computer is at least 10 years old, probably closer to 11 or 12. And I've put the most current graphics card in it that I can. I cannot, like, put anything newer in. The computer will not, like, cannot handle a newer graphics card. So it has the newest graphics card that the computer can handle, but technically it is not a fully up-to-date graphics card. It is an outdated graphics card, but it's as new as the computer can take. So kind of poses a problem when games like Security Breach and I was wanting to play Poppy Playtime and, like, all of these games that I had intentions of recording, I can't play them because, I mean, Life is Strange True Colors. I can't play them because they require more from the computer, more from the graphics card, just more from the computer than what I can give. The computer is unfortunately way too old, so when we got it, it was actually like 9-10 years old. And we were not told this, and we don't really use, like, tower PCs, we use laptops. And so we did not know that this is an out-of-date model. I didn't really care. I just wanted an actual PC to record on, to play my games on, because before this, I was using a 2012 MacBook Pro, okay? Like, my dinosaur is actually sitting behind me. I still use it to write papers, but it is old, it is slow. I made the mistake of, like, updating it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and update, like, to the next, now I'm forgetting what it's called, but, like, the next big software update, and I will not update it anymore because the same guy who has worked on the computer is like, if you update it, I believe I'm on Yosemite, I think, for the Mac, and if I were to update it to Sierra, which I believe is the current MacBook software, the computer would fail to work at all, and I need it to write papers because the Chromebook I use for school is a piece of garbage. And it's a glorified laptop. If you ever need somebody to talk you out of buying a Chromebook, let me know. I will do it. But I was playing on the MacBook. I was like, I'm going to update this. This thing needs to be updated. I updated, and The Sims 3 recently, like in the last year, has come out, like they have actually updated the game to where it can work again on Mac. But I already had the gaming PC, so I was like, whoop-de-doo, don't really need to worry about that. I've like pretty much gotten rid of all the Sims 3 stuff on the MacBook. But that's what I was running it on. And when I updated to Yosemite, Sims 3 stopped working. I could not record anymore. And so my whole focus became, I want a gaming PC. Well, I got the gaming PC, was over the moon. I've had a couple, issues here and there. But within these last like maybe 5-6 months, I've run into so many problems because everything is getting out of date. Photoshop, like all the Adobe programs have upgraded to the 2022 like editions of them. I can still open my Adobe programs, but every time I do, I get a pop-up saying this, and this are all out of date. And if you experience any issues while trying to use our programs, please know it is not because of the program, it is because your computer is out of date, or like all of these different things are outdated. So like Photoshop is actually becoming kind of a nightmare to use. It is very like, there's all these like things that like pop up on screen and like won't go away, and yeah, it's a pain. I got in touch with Square Enix because I was in such a rush to play Life is Strange Before the Storm and Life is Strange 2, so I could play True Colors when it released back in September, and I couldn't get the game to work. I spent so much money on that game for it not to be like, to not be able to play it. I emailed Square Enix. I like reached out to their like customer support. I'm like, hey, I just want to know like if you have any ideas on what the issue is. No matter how much I mess with the graphics, no matter how much I do this and this, nothing seems to be working. The game still runs really bad. It does not look very good because I have to, like, even after dropping the graphics down to where the game is not as visually stunning as I know it can be, it still runs like garbage. What's going on? What do you recommend? And they got back to me within a few days, and they're like, yeah, well, like, you need to make sure that your computer has all of these minimum, at least, qualifications. It meets these requirements, and my computer doesn't. So I was like, well, crap. So then I was like, well, Poppy Playtime came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to play Poppy Playtime. I've heard it's a lot like Five Nights at Freddy's. I want to play it. Like, everybody was playing it at one point. I want to play Poppy Playtime. I really do. I opened the game and it won't run. Like, well, it will run, but it runs very choppy. Doesn't run like it should. I wanted to play. I was like, okay, well, what else can I play? I tried playing. I wanted to play the new Plague Tale, or not. It's not new. Okay, it's a few years old now. The Plague Tale Innocence game, because there's rumors that in 2022 they're going to release another Plague Tale game, and I really want to play the first one before the second one comes out. Can't play that. The game won't run it. Or the computer won't run it. I keep running into like wall after wall. Well, I was like, well, I guess this is like how it's gonna be. I am saving up. Hopefully within the next few months I can buy a new gaming PC. With all of the house sitting and pet sitting I've been doing recently, it should really help. So I'm hoping within the next like month or two I can hopefully get a new computer. But until then, I'm kind of stuck. And so I was like, well, it is what it is, I guess. Like, I can't really do anything. So I was just continuing to do what I can do, and then I get a pop-up. Like, I just started the computer one day after having a software update, because my computer automatically like updates when I shut it down. And I open the computer the next day, like not thinking anything of it, and this little message pops up saying that my graphics card is out of date. I'm like, well, no duh, I already knew this. But it has gotten to the point now that it is actually like affecting the computer. I recently got a new monitor because my main monitor in the bottom left corner, I don't actually turn my monitors off at night. I just turn off the computer and then the monitors automatically go into sleep mode. Well, I guess, I don't know if it's just because of like the computer being old, the monitor was possibly old, I don't know. I got the monitor at the same time that I got the computer. I don't know if they came together or if my dad just found like another like bought a monitor from somebody else and like just put them together. I don't know how old the monitor was, but in the bottom left corner, I thought at first that it was just getting dim, and I wasn't sure if that was okay, like the graphics card starting to affect it, if it was the cable, if it was the monitor. I wasn't really sure. I tried like rearranging like some plugs and stuff, and like it wasn't really going away. I'm like, okay, well that bottom left corner is just like dull. It's not as bright as the rest of the monitor. Well, again, a couple days later, I go to start up the computer. My computer is password protected, so I have to do like the whole login thing. And I noticed in like one of the like randomly generated like pretty nature backgrounds, it was like ice caps or something. It was something really light, and the bottom left corner looked yellow. And I was like, what the heck? Turns out my monitor was burning. It was like being fried from the inside. And again, I don't know if it was from like the computer, if it was from the cord, if it was just because the monitor was old. I don't really know what was causing it, but I was like, I'm gonna get a new monitor. Well, like this is like, it is a new monitor. Like this is not something used I bought from somebody else. This is new, fresh out of the box, never used before. I plug it in, and now it has a blue tint to the screen. And when I was trying to research like ways I could possibly update my graphics card, one of the issues said, like I Googled, can I continue to like use the computer with an outdated graphics card? Oh, and one of the somebody said on like a forum somewhere that one of the side effects of possibly continuing to use an outdated graphics card, and like the computer is aware that it is an outdated graphics card, is that the screen will start to turn blue. And I'm like, oh great. So I'm just assuming that's what's going on. The new monitor has the ability to be an HDMI plug-in. Came with an HDMI cable. I'm like, great, there's an HDMI port on the back of the computer. I can just use that. And nope, the HDMI port on the back of the computer is too small for the HDMI cable. So I'm thinking it's like an older version of an HDMI port or something. I don't know. It doesn't fit. It like the male port does not fit the female plug-in. It doesn't work. So I was like, well, that's just great. Well, thankfully, the cable I had been using with my old monitor, like I could still use it with this monitor. However, I don't know if like using the HDMI cable would have made any difference. But not only does it not fit, I cannot, like, the port is too close to, like, the edge of, like, the back of the, this doesn't make any sense, but, like, all the ports are kind of pushed back into the computer, like, in the back, and so there's, like, an edge, there's, like, a lip that kind of overlaps to keep everything, like, in the computer. Well, the HDMI cable, like, it wouldn't have fit anyways. But even if it had, like, if there wasn't that lip there, I couldn't actually get the cable to plug in anyways, because it was, like, too wide. Like, the black plastic around the actual port, like, was too wide, and it was, like, catching on, like, the lip, and so I wouldn't have been able to plug it all the way in anyways. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but that was a whole issue, so I wouldn't have been able to use the HDMI cord even if it had, like, been like the right size. It still wouldn't have fit. But my left monitor has a very noticeable blue tint when compared to my right monitor, my second monitor. Like my main monitor is what I put all my games up on, and then the other monitor, the right one, is where I have like OBS and all of that stuff when I'm recording. Well, I can like noticeably tell the left one has like a blue tint, where the right one has like a warm yellowish tint. And I have looked through things and everybody's like, oh, you need to like mess with the color settings. That doesn't do anything. It's not like, I can't figure out if it's something that I can actually fix. It's actually really annoying because when I try to play my Sims 3, it is like really bright. It actually like hurts my eyes and gives me a headache from looking at it for too long. So it like really messes with the colors in the games, like just like the normal coloring of the game. It just totally messes with that. Again, makes my head hurt. It's actually, I keep looking over at it and it is making my head hurt. I'm getting a headache like right between my eyes. So that's what's going on. I can't get anything to work anymore. I mean, I can play Minecraft, but I don't really want to play Minecraft on the gaming channel, to be completely honest. If I were to play Minecraft, I would want it to be like its own thing, because I know Minecraft can be its own thing. So I don't know. That's kind of what's going on. I'm really sorry that this is kind of what it's come to. This is not what I wanted. I'm hoping I will have the new computer by the time my anniversary rolls around in February. There's so many games I want to play. I want to catch up on, I want to play at least like the first 2 nights of the next, like of the rest of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. So I want to play first, couple nights of FNAF 3. I'm pretty sure I'd be able to complete Sister Location. Well, I guess Sister Location is 5, isn't it? Because FNAF 4 is the Nightmare animatronic. So I wanted to like try and do the first couple nights of FNAF 4. I'm pretty sure I'd be able to complete FNAF Sister Location because it's not necessarily like the others. I don't really know if I'll mess with the Pizza Simulator. I don't really know if I'll do anything with Help Wanted either, because I really want to experience Help Wanted through VR, and I don't have a VR headset, so I feel like that would be something I would do later on. But I really want to play Security Breach. I've heard, for the most part, really good things. I've actually heard a couple people say that they think the game could have used more time. I wonder if towards the end Seal Studios got very, like, antsy. Like, we told them we'd have this game, like, a while ago. They still don't have it. Like, let's go, guys, let's finish. And, like, they almost, like, rushed the, like, last few things on it. I've heard people say that it could have used more time in development. I mean, I've heard mostly positive things. I've seen that there's been some glitches. So that's kind of a positive, though, with me having to wait a while to play Security Breach. Hopefully by the time I get to it, all of the bugs will be, like, all of the major bugs will have been fixed. So I don't have to worry about that. But, yeah, I want to play Security Breach. I still want to play True Colors. I'm trying to decide if I want to play Arkham City or if I want to do the second Batman Telltale game for my anniversary. I feel like I should do Telltale, The Enemy Within, but those I don't even know if I really talked about it when I played the first Batman Telltale, but it gave me so much anxiety, like not knowing like how exactly my actions would like affect things in the future, which I didn't really get that from Life is Strange, but I think that's because Life is Strange kind of got boring after a while, where the Telltale games tend to be boom, 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 like one thing after the other. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide, but we'll play another Batman game for the anniversary. I want to play again Plague Tale Innocence before the next one supposedly comes out next year. I want to play Poppy Playtime before Chapter 2 comes out. So there's just a whole bunch of things I want to do. I have plans. I have not abandoned the channel. I just can't do anything. There are pretty much no games I can actually record. I mean, I could be recording the Five Nights at Freddy's games, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. It has been kind of a relief not having the gaming channel, just because the gaming channel takes a lot more time to record for, because I record longer videos for the gaming channel, and it's a lot easier to like pause recording when I'm recording for The Sims and like, okay, I have to go eat dinner, I have to go run an errand, I have to go do this or do that. It's a lot easier to walk away from recording something for The Sims than it is to walk away from recording like an actual game. So these last few months have been really hectic for me, so it has honestly been a little bit of a relief not having to worry about recording for the gaming channel, just because again it is very time consuming, but I do miss it. There are so many games I want to play, so many games I've like missed, that like I feel like I've been like really set behind and I really want to play them. So I don't really know what else to say. If you let me, I will continue to blab for another like hour, but I'm gonna actually wrap this up here. So hang in there, guys. I will be back. I will hopefully within the next few months, hopefully by my anniversary. So yeah, please hang in there with me. I am working really hard to get the money to get a new computer so I can come back and continue to play games that I am so excited for, games that I've possibly already played, like Arkham City. Arkham City is a good one. But I would love to like play with you guys, play for you guys. So hang in there. I will be back. I did mention earlier I have my Sims channel linked down in the description below. I also have a Twitter, but I don't actually really post on the Twitter because I don't know what to say on the Twitter when I don't get to play games. Hopefully when I might start posting more updates on the Twitter. On Twitter. So if you guys want an easier way to like, kind of keep up with what's going on, I will start trying to be more active on Twitter. And yeah, so I think that's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hopefully will see you guys soon. Bye guys.